It's Friday, September 12th, and it's time for a Q&A. We have some great questions today. First one came actually on a podcast interview that I did yesterday, but I wanted to bring it to you because it's so good. And that's if I could give three pieces of advice to leave you with, simple, quick. So that's what I'm going to do. And I wasn't expecting that question, and I feel really good about my answer. And then the other one is, I got this as in when I put a question box in, snacking at night. Help! I've got help for you. I've got real tips because snacking at night, snacking after dinner, first of all, I can help you not do it at all if that's the goal. But also, snacking at night doesn't have to be bad. So we're going to talk about all of this. If you're seeing me for the first time, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Elizabeth from Happy, Healthy, and Hot. I'm a 59-year-old double certified health and weight loss coach, author, content creator, and three-time finalist in the Maximum Cover Girl competition in my 50s, competing with women mostly in their 20s and 30s, because it is time to tell a new story about aging, and women of all ages deserve to be seen, heard, and admired. And I have so many resources for you. I will absolutely drop them in the caption here. You can sign up for my email list. That is free. If you are looking for my best health and weight loss strategies, the strategies that have helped my clients lose 10 to 35 pounds and keep it off, and the strategies that I use to stay lean and fit at 59, 5 years post-menopause, the best place to start are my two cookbooks. First one, the Happy, Healthy, and Hot cookbook from 2023, and next, Happier, Healthier, and Hotter that I published last year. These are ebooks, immediate digital downloads. They are so much more than just a cookbook. Yes, you get recipes. You'll get 50 high protein, low calorie, bikini friendly recipes if you're, a bikini wearer. But basically, these are recipes for real life, recipes made with real food ingredients that you can just run to your local grocery store and grab, recipes that are easy to throw together in the middle of the week. This isn't dinner party stuff. This is real life. Recipes that offer all types of variations to make it really easy and very adaptable. But then you also, in the beginning of each book, get all of my real life weight loss strategies. This isn't about a quick fix. This isn't about a 6-week bikini body boot camp or a 7-day detox. That stuff doesn't stick around. That stuff doesn't last. This is food for life, strategies for life, that you get to this point where the food and the fitness is all so easy and fun, and your life just keeps getting better, and that's what you deserve. So and then there's also links to my LTK, so you can shop my sexy, affordable fashion, like these cute little Levi's 501s. This top is from Walmart. It was $8. It's adorable. Yes, I pulled it together with Gucci Belt because we mix all the price points around here. But I really do showcase a lot of stuff with really surprisingly reasonable price points. You can make Walmart sexy. It's all in how you present it. So let's start with this first question. So I was interviewed yesterday by Marcy Hopkins. She's phenomenal. Her podcast is called Wake Up with Marcy. Highly recommend. And our convo will be airing next week, next Thursday. I will absolutely be blasting it all over my social media. I am really thrilled with the conversation that we had. And so she asked me at the close, she was like, if you could leave our listeners with three things that they can walk away with and use, what would they be? And I was like, oh, good question. And I wasn't necessarily expecting that. So three of my key phrases, but we're going to talk about all of these. Create before you consume, prioritize protein and produce. You've heard that one a few times before. And planks are better than spanks. I know you've heard all of those things from me. But really, they're kind of the secret to happy, healthy, and hot. Happy, because happy, healthy, and hot is not just a cute name. It's all about mindset, nutrition, and fitness and pulling them together. So the happy, create before you consume, connect before you consume, rather, and create, do your creation. Connect before you consume. Connect with yourself. before you start consuming news, social media, even opening up your email, reading texts, things like that. I have a core group that, my very close family members, friends who are like family that, um, I'll reply to maybe even before I've really filled myself up. But really, I stay off of my phone other than to maybe turn on some positive affirmations like a loop on YouTube or something like that. I stay away from all of those distractions and I connect with myself. This helps us when you start your day with that solid foundation. As we're getting out of bed in the morning, ours, we're first waking up, our brains are in this theta receptive state. This is how we reprogram our subconscious mind. This is how we change our life. So if the first thing you do is you get out of bed is you look at your phone and you're like, oh, let me see, do I have messages on Instagram? Let me see. Oh, let me check Facebook. Please, like now you're letting Meta tell you how your day is going to go. No, you're going to tell yourself how your day is going to go. So whether you have a minute or an hour, it doesn't matter. Make sure that those early stages as you're waking up, you are filling yourself up. It could be as simple as setting a positive affirmation as an alarm in your phone. My alarm that goes off most mornings is how good can it get today? So when I get up out of bed to turn my phone off because I keep it in the bathroom, so it's not next to my bed, so there's no temptation to look at it like in the night or anything. I see how good can it get today? Questions like that are, it's not reminding me of a specific goal. It's just making me open to all of the amazing possibilities that are out there. How good can it get today? How is the universe going to surprise and delight me today? Is it going to be glorious weather? Is it going to be seeing something magical on my morning walk? Is it going to be money that I wasn't expecting? Is it going to be just some serendipitous, a call from a friend that just is exactly what we both need? All kinds of things. It, it's not just the big things, it's the moments. So how good can it get today? Questions are a great way to reprogram your subconscious. And then, so even if that's what you do, and maybe you have some positive affirmations on sticky notes on your bathroom mirror. I do that too. I have something called shower notes where I have this little waterproof, it's like paper that you can write on and this pencil that works and you can take notes in the shower. I have that hang up in my shower. I don't usually have to jot stuff down, but I just have an affirmation written on there. So I'm seeing that while I'm washing my hair, while I'm shaving, all the things. So all these things we can do. There are lots of affirmation loops that I'll listen to on YouTube, or there's certain, podcasts that have that. Um, or even guided meditations. You don't need to just lay there. Some of them I'll listen to while I'm walking. So much you can do to fill yourself up. Gratitude lists, all of the things. So connect before you consume. That's the first tip. And then next one, I'm going to say this: prioritize protein and produce. Build, because what you are putting into your body is going to have a bigger impact on your body composition than anything else. You want to build your meals around high quality, protein dense foods. We are talking beef, we are talking fish, eggs, poultry, high protein dairy, if you tolerate it well, things like cottage cheese and Greek yogurt. Fill in with colorful fruits and veggies. It's that simple. It's real food. It's eating foods. It's building your meals around foods without ingredients lists. You don't need the latest pink drink or shake. I'm not knocking those products. I'm not knocking anybody that's selling them. There's absolutely some good products out there. Yes. Lately I've been drinking a bedtime cocoa that I really like. But those aren't the secret. Those aren't the magic. You're the magic. Real food is the magic. Getting outside in nature is the magic. Filling yourself up first, that's the magic. You don't need to go out and buy a product. I've left a lot of money on the table over the years. I leave money on the table every week from, people that want me to talk about their product in exchange for there's some type of financial exchange involved there. And my audience knows, some of you have been with me since 2015. Yes, I talk about products that I use and love in real life, like an $8 t-shirt from Walmart that's really cute, like the collagen that I've been taking for years. So yeah, if you buy that something through one of my affiliate links, I'll make a few cents here or there. But I'm not ever going to talk about products that I don't use and that I don't believe in. So, and again, I give you so much for free because I want you to feel amazing. You can binge my YouTube content, my Instagram, my Facebook. There's almost 10 years worth of content on Instagram and get all the positive affirmations, healthy recipes, home workouts, all of that stuff. It's all there for you because I don't want there to be any barrier to you feeling amazing because that's what you deserve. Okay, and then the third tip, planks are better than Spanx. Um, you know, and by Spanx, I mean shapewear. There's this huge shapewear is like a gazillion, like it's a billion, multi-billion dollar industry. And I'm not knocking Spanx. I think Sarah Blakely is a genius. And it's great that there are shapewear, for those times that you want to wear the really tight dress or whatever. But when you have a strong core, it's like having built-in shapewear every single day. And you don't need to wear shapewear because you look good and you look better naked that way because it's, no surprises when that shapewear comes off. Just saying. So, yeah, planks are underrated. It's a body weight move that is going to work your back, your shoulders, your triceps, your quads, and your core. So the straight arm plank works your entire core. Any plank is a good plank. That forearm or elbow plank works your frontal abdominal muscles, and the side planks work your obliques. A lot of days, all I do is a straight arm plank. Be honest with you. I used to have a more elaborate plank routine. I've been a little, I don't want to say lazy, just, focus on other things lately. But I still do a plank every single day. So three things that I left people with on this podcast: connect before you consume, prioritize protein and produce, planks are better than Spanx. I love making things into little fun phrases that you can remember and you can take away with, and then you can just, you know, come back to that. It's so easy. So the next question, evening snacking, help. Okay, first of all, don't beat yourself up. And it's not bad to have snacks at night. It's not bad unless they're snacks that are like are not serving you. So don't think it's terrible to snack at night. I know so many people have rules, no food after 6 p.m. Like if that works for you, great. I don't think food needs to be free for all. We need to be eating all day long. But if you really enjoy having a snack after dinner, or maybe you're like watching TV or something, just make it a snack that's serving you. And this isn't such a bad thing. But in most cases, when people say help, they want help with evening snacking, it's because it's out of control. They're eating too much. They're eating foods that aren't serving them. A lot of times it's sugar or it's like the salty, crunchy, it's kind of pick your poison. So I'm going to share some tips. Some of these are like biological and some are more behavioral. So first, I was going to say this, get your protein. So that could be not enough protein, could be the reason that you're snacking at night and that it's a problem. So, the protein leverage hypothesis states that our bodies will continue seeking food until our protein needs are met. So, you could have what seems like plenty of food to eat, plenty of volume. Your belly may be full, but you still want something. And that could be because you didn't get enough protein. So yeah, maybe if you had this giant salad, yes, your belly's full, but there's just eensy protein on top. You just want more food. Plus, that just wasn't very satisfying. Or even, the big bowl of pasta and red sauce and a salad on the side, and where's the protein? So again, for that, you do feel more physically full, but you still want to pick. You didn't get the protein that you need. So I would encourage you, if you do want to curb this evening snacking, if it's turning into a real urge, if you feel like you need it, prioritize protein, like I'm always saying, but specifically, I would be aiming for 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. So if you're at your ideal body weight, say your ideal body weight's 140 pounds, that's where you are, I'd be aiming, but you're snacking too much. You want to get rid of that, I'd be aiming for 140 grams of protein a day. Say you weigh 155, but 140 is what you consider an ideal healthy weight, I'd still be aiming for that 140 grams of protein per day. You are going to find that not only do you feel really satiated, it's going to be easier to put on muscle. Your mental clarity is going to be better. Your energy is going to be more steady. Your mood's probably going to be better. But also, you are going to find that cravings are greatly diminished. They could actually disappear. I my client Michelle, who I worked with several years ago, and just fabulous, fabulous woman, this was things she'd really struggled with. And I remember her telling me that it was a very short time in. She said, my desire to snack at night has vanished. It's gone, gone, gone. Okay, so that's biology right there. But say, again, I don't think that it's bad. I'm not telling you it's bad to snack at night. It just depends on what you're snacking on. So if you enjoy the little sweet treat after dinner, I'm not saying you need to give that up. There are recipes in my cookbooks for things like better peanut butter cookies that have 8 grams of protein, 75 calories each, and they're very satisfying. And when you're getting these sweets that are more satisfying, you're not going to overdo it. My 50-calorie brownies are satisfying. They actually have fiber in them from sweet potato. They're chocolatey and fudgy and moist and delicious, and they're 50 calories each. You can have 2 or 3 of them. You're not going to want to shove them in your face. You're going to be satisfied. Where some more like traditional brownie recipes, you feel like you could eat the whole pan. That's not going to happen here. You're going to be satisfied. So, first tip, get more protein. Second tip, just switch out the evening snacks. Or, maybe you just really want to cut back on the food intake. You're like, no, I'm getting enough food at my, 3 meals a day. But you like that comfort in the evening, a little something, switch out to a comforting evening beverage, maybe some really good hot teas. I'll sometimes make decaf. I'm not much of a tea person. I'm trying to be more of a tea person. But sometimes I make myself just a little delicious decaf coffee after dinner. And I like the Chobani if you want it to be a little bit of a treat, but that's not going to wreck you. The Chobani, no sugar. I think it's sweetened with like stevia and monk fruit. They're like sweet creamer. Oh, so good. I don't always want a sweet coffee, but sometimes I do after dinner. Um, I have, I've done some like healthy hot cocos, things like that. So maybe you just want a warm, comforting drink. Another thing is don't bring it into the house. Stop bringing crap into the house. You are a grown-ass adult. So if there are foods that you have a hard time resisting, or there are the foods that when you start, you can't stop, don't buy them. I'm not saying you can't ever have them again, but stop bringing them into your house. Have them when you're out of your house. Have them at a restaurant where they're going to give you a portion, and you can't just keep going back for more unless it's like a buffet. We're not doing buffets, are we? Um, so, that's another, like, don't bring it into the house, better snacks, get the protein, and finally, like, disrupt the pattern. If you really don't want to, if it's, you're always like, well, in the evening, I sit down and I go to my show on Netflix, whatever my current show is that I'm binging, and that's when I always want to snack. What if we change that behavior entirely? What if we disrupted the pattern? What if we went out for a walk before the Netflix situation? Or if it's evening, what if we bounced on our mini trampoline or did a rebounder or did a balance trainer workout or something like that? And maybe then showered and got in cozy PJs and then sat down to do the Netflix. I'm not saying you can't do the Netflix. I have Netflix on my laptop. I don't have a TV, so I really don't watch much stuff. Just it's not as appealing. But if you really, you could disrupt the pattern, do something good for yourself first, like get that walk in, which is great for your blood sugar regulation and everything else, mood, all the things. Walking after dinner, you're getting that natural evening light in your eyes, does help you sleep better at night. And then, you can still watch your Netflix and maybe you have one of these healthier snacks or the hot tea or decaf coffee or healthy hot cocoa, but you've disrupted that pattern. So those are all some ideas you can use if you're snacking at night too much. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I will absolutely drop those links in the caption, and I hope you have the most amazing day.